Hello everybody. It's really good to be here today and have this opportunity to present to you, my fellow students and our trainers. A female local city councillor once said to me, "If not you, then who?" And so today I ask you this question. If not you, then who? Let us start with the story of Liz Past. I had a phone call one day from my local city councillor, Richard White. Richard White has been on our community council in my village of Peterstone, Whitelug, for about 25 years. I'm also on Whitelug Community Council. So he called me up. I can remember it now, being stood in the hallway. "Liz, Richard here." Sorry. "Liz, Richard here. You know there's a general election coming up. Sorry, a local election coming up. Well, Bill," that's the other city councillor with Richard in our area, "well, Bill is standing down. How about you stand with me at the local elections for the Conservative Party?" I can remember this excited feeling, thinking, gosh, yeah, I'd really like to do that. And wouldn't that be an opportunity to make a difference for my community? But then this other feeling sunk in. I thought at the time I was being rational, but thinking about it, perhaps it was fear. "Well, thanks for thinking of me, Dick, but I really don't think it's quite for me. And I really don't think I'd be a Conservative." So what did I mean? I really don't think it's for me. On reflection, I was thinking, I'm too young to be a councillor. I don't know enough about politics to do that kind of job. I don't know enough about anything to do that kind of job. I had told myself that I couldn't do the job. And if not me, then who? Inevitably, another retired male. Fast forward to the present. Well, last May, and I'm sat in the community's first centre in Splot with many of you women here today. If you can remember, there were too many of us for that small room, and it was a little bit stuffy. And Paula and Kate asked us to write on a small piece of paper 3 words that summed up how we were feeling that day. I wrote on my piece of paper, nervous, tired, and emotional. 5 weeks later, and with just 5 days of training on the Engendering change course, we were asked to do the same thing again. Just write 3 words on a little piece of paper about how we were feeling. I wrote, confident, happy, and motivated. After just 5 days, I had moved forward in leaps and bounds. But what was I going to do with my newfound confidence, happiness, and motivation? Well, I signed up to the next stage of the course, Women into Public Life. I started to role shadow a councillor in Cardiff City Council, Nigel Howells. He's the ward representative for Adamsdown, and he's also a cabinet member for culture, leisure and tourism. Being a cabinet member, he sits on the executive. You could compare the executive in Cardiff City Council to the Welsh Assembly Government or to the cabinet in Westminster. The executive is the decision-making body within Cardiff City Council. So, my first role shadowing experience, an executive business meeting. So, Nigel gave me the agenda for this business executive meeting, with items like to receive the report of the Policy Review and Performance Committee entitled Addendum to the Draft Local Development Plan Report. I could have panicked, but I didn't. I had confidence. The night before the meeting, I read all the papers. I highlighted points that I wasn't sure of. I wrote questions in the margins, and I looked up a lot of words in the dictionary. I met with Nigel half an hour before the meeting, so I could ask him those questions. Things were becoming clearer to me. And one of the most important things that Nigel did was explain to me how the room would be set out. I knew who would be sat where, their role within the council, and their role at the meeting. So I walked into that room feeling confident. I wasn't overwhelmed by all the faces. And I sat, and I listened, and I reflected. And I thought, I can do this. I can do this. And you know what? I might be able to do this better than some of the people in this room. But I couldn't speak. I was in the public area. And if I couldn't speak, then who? Well, some middle-aged men, sorry Nigel, and also some older women, to be fair to Cardiff. And so, to my future. I've set myself some goals, not on my own, but with the help of my fantastic mentor, Jackie Radford. My main goals are to represent my community and all young women as an underrepresented group in public life. And how am I going to achieve this? I've joined the Welsh Liberal Democrats. This weekend, I'll be attending their conference. I'll be attending as a voting member, so I will be shaping future policy. I'm going to apply to be a candidate at the 2011 Assembly elections, and I will be a candidate at the local elections in 2012. This Friday evening at conference, I'll be attending a debate called The Future of Wales. It's a cross-party debate. All parties will be represented. And who will be representing them? Mike German AM for the Lib Dems. Di Lloyd AM for Labour. David Meldon AM for the Conservatives. And Alan Davis AM for Plaid Cymru. Mike, Di, David and Alan. I have a question. Is the future of Wales white, middle class, middle-aged and male? I can tell you now, no, it's not. We are the future of Wales. Me and you and you and you. It's us. So you may be thinking now, I can't do that. But let me remind you of my past. tired, nervous, and knowledgeable. Let me remind you of my present, confident, happy, and motivated. And my future? Well, we have to wait and see. But when it comes to representing your family, your community, your interests, if not you, then who? Thank you.